Good morning.
If you want to sit up straighter, you can sit up straighter and push that a little away from you. She has you sort of in a straitjacket there. Sometimes you sit down and you lean way back, and then she puts the microphone right there, and then you must stay right there.
I care about, of course I want to be rich like everybody else, but I really care about finding joyful work.
Before you go further, we want to play with you. And briefly, I want to be rich like everybody else. Now, on the one hand, you could be saying everybody else is rich. That's a sort of nice thought, isn't it? Because everyone really is in their vortex. You ought to see what's going on. But that's not how you meant it. You meant we all want to be rich and aren't. That's all. Continue.
Did you watch the wedding yesterday?
Is that what you want?
No.
We don't think so.
No. So I want to be joyful in how I create a living, and I want it to. I want to do it in a creative way that that enlivens me and those that I'm working with, and I feel very challenged in doing that, and I've been reaching for that for a while, but don't seem to be there.
Well, the reason, and a lot of people are, as you were pointing out, a lot of people are having some of the same experiences, but here's why. The old cart before the horse thing is what's going on, and it really is about the wanting to see evidence in manifestation in order to make you believe that you're on the right track. And it hasn't been that long that you've been even contemplating a vibrational reality or even had any awareness of your relationship with it. And so you really haven't had a chance yet to dig in any real deliberate way and focus yourself into alignment. Now, we like to be playful with you. That's a nicer way of saying we're just going to tease you or mock you here because it's interesting to us. We know that everything that everyone wants, no matter what it is, a relationship or a pile of money or anything, the reason they want it is because they believe they will be happier in having it. And the reason that that's amusing to us, we love you all so much, but it is amusing to us, is that we know that it is only finding that happy place that is necessary to release the resistance, which then would allow everything that you've requested in. But people don't believe that. They don't believe that they can just be happy and good things will come. But it's because almost no one focuses in a consistent way on things that allow you a chronic, steady feeling of well-being and happiness, you see. So you're sort of in fits and starts. Sometimes you feel better than others, but you are, we love you very much, problem-oriented. And maybe another way of saying that, rather than problem-oriented, is reality-oriented. You are what is oriented. So let's start with where you began. What you virtually said to us is, I'm standing in a financial or fiscal place that is much less than that which I really want. And we want to say to you, and yet it has almost your undivided attention. So you can't help but perpetuate what is. So then along we come. We're so cocky and sassy. We talk about, and we don't have any rent to pay. And we talk about this vibrational reality, and all you have to do is get happy when you've got this reality that you feel like you have to face. And we say, that's the problem. So much scrutiny and attention and facing of reality lets what is train your frequency. Where we want you to allow the vortex to train your frequency. But before the vortex can train your frequency, you got to get in the vortex. You got to know what it feels like when you're in there, and you got to milk it while you are in there, which means, and it's so funny, isn't it? Which means you got to just be happy. You got to be happy. And if you can be happy over anything that you can discover to be happy about, and if you can sustain that happiness, now the vortex is training your frequency upward, 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 and now the problems or the absence of the money is a vibrational anomaly to where you consistently are. But most people are infrequently here and frequently at a much lower vibration because you watch television.
I don't watch very much television at all.
Because
I work for a corporation with lots of email coming in.
Well, we really are not wanting you to withdraw from the world completely. But it would be nice if you could withdraw from the world every day for 15 minutes through the process of quieting your mind. And in withdrawing from the active vibration and in that absence of resistance, when you meditate, you stop thought. When you stop thought, you stop resistant thought. When there's no resistant thought, your vibration naturally raises. So now, as your vibration naturally raises and you feel the sort of detachment that comes with that, eventually your frequency will gravitate more easily to that. Your vibration is where you last left it, you see. So when you meditate, you raise your vibration, and then you go back to your email, and the problem trains your vibrational frequency. And then you meditate, and your vibration goes back to where it belongs, and then you read a troubling email, and you train yourself back. But eventually, because this vortex truly is so much more dominant, eventually, as you allow the vortex to train your frequency to that higher, non-resistant place, what happens is then you begin to read those emails from a different vantage point. You begin to read them through the eyes of source. You begin to read them from the solution standpoint, not from the problem standpoint. And when you're looking at a problem from a position of clarity and stability, it doesn't look like a problem. It looks like a challenge. It looks like an opportunity. It looks like a fun reason to focus, you see. Every now and again, there are some examples in Jerry and Esther's life that are funny, like Esther breaking while she is dusting, a shelf collapsed on all their beautiful things. Not all of them, but all of them that were on the shelf. Yadros and Sabinos and precious little glass pieces that they'd been gathering up for a while all collapsed when she touched a new shelf on a new etagere, and it wasn't balanced, and down the heavy shelf came. And Jerry called out to Esther because he knew she had no shoes on because she doesn't wear shoes often. He said, "Don't move," because he heard the glass, and as he came in, Esther is standing there with glass all around her. And Jerry said, "Oh, good, something to buy." And that is really how he felt. He did not mourn the loss of one precious trinket, even though they'd been gathering them up for a very long time. It just did not matter at all. It didn't matter at all because more opportunity to focus, you see. And so, we want you to feel that way, but you can't feel that way. In other words, you're laughing, but there's the idea. Can you grasp the idea of being without something that you want and feeling all right?